Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Ashley here. I hope that you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving. We sure did. We had our family over and I hosted my very first Thanksgiving. And as you can see, my house needs a little bit of a pick-me-up. This is from the morning after, which really isn't too bad. My husband was fantastic at cleaning kind of after dinner on Thanksgiving, so I have just a little bit of leftover cleaning to do, but guess what? Thanksgiving's over, so that officially means it's time for me to put up my Christmas decorations, and I am so excited to do that and show you part one of my Christmas decorating. But before we get to the decorating for Christmas, we need to clean up this mess. So come along with me as I clean up from Thanksgiving, and let's get decorating. I know it might be a little weird that I'm playing Christmas music while I'm cleaning since I'm not decorating for Christmas yet, but I'm just so excited for Christmas and Christmas music that probably all of my videos from now until Christmas are going to have some Christmas music in it. So you're just probably going to have to get used to it. But I wanted to just let you guys know how Thanksgiving went. It was great. Unfortunately, I didn't get an opportunity to vlog, and if you also noticed, I wasn't posting videos as often leading up to Thanksgiving because I was just so busy getting everything prepared. Work has been crazy, and then also Kane got sick right before Thanksgiving, but luckily he got better just in time for Thanksgiving. I was so worried that we were going to have to cancel Thanksgiving and that I would be eating a 24-pound turkey by myself, but luckily everyone got better. We did miss out on a couple people coming for Thanksgiving because of the flu going around, but luckily we were not affected by it and we were able to still host. But I did not burn my house down, as you can see, and nobody got food poisoning, so I consider that a win. For those of you that watched my video about creating my tablescape for Halloween, I don't even know what holiday it is. Christmas, Thanksgiving, Halloween. I don't know what's going on. But for those of you that saw my video about my tablescape for Thanksgiving, you saw that I was using my grandma's china. I didn't have enough for the amount of people that we ended up having, so my mom gave me my great grandma's china, which is what I'm cleaning here. So I was able to use hers. I had a lot more pieces of it, plus some really beautiful serving dishes. So it worked out really nice. It was really beautiful, and it really meant a lot to me to be able to have my late great grandmother's china for hosting my first ever Thanksgiving. And it came in these really nice protective china bags. I don't know what they're called, but so now I got to find a place to store all this stuff. I guess that's the next project. Now I'm putting away all of the decorations that I use for decorating my table. I thought maybe just putting them in some Ziploc bags would be good. Hopefully I get to use these next year. Hopefully my mother-in-law will allow me to host again next year. Like I said, I think it went very well. So I'd be surprised if I was banned from hosting again in the future, but we will see. So hopefully I get to break these out next year and decorate my tables again. I got a lot of compliments on the table and the pumpkin napkins that I made. If you saw one of my videos where I showed you how to make those. So if you didn't get a chance to make them this year, definitely think about doing it for next year, because it was definitely a hit. Now that it is officially the Christmas season, I am so excited to use my Mrs. Meyer's peppermint all-surface cleaner that I'm using on my countertops. It smells so good. I also got the dish soap and the hand soap. So it smells like peppermint candy in my kitchen whenever I'm cleaning, and I love it. I was so sad to take down my decorations on my mantle. I just loved the way that it turned out with the fall sign and the little Thanksgiving sign. It was a very beautiful backdrop for Thanksgiving dinner. But wait till you see what I do up here. You'll see it later in this video when I start decorating for Christmas, so stay tuned because decorating my mantle for Christmas is my absolute favorite part of decorating for Christmas, and I can't wait to show you guys.
The wonders of life got the prettiest side for everyone to enjoy.
If you've seen any of my previous cleaning videos, you might notice that I'm using a different vacuum cleaner. My Dyson decided to just break 3 days before Thanksgiving when I'm hosting, so I had to make a mad dash to Bed Bath & Beyond to get a new vacuum. I was hoping to get another Dyson because I did really like my last vacuum, but Bed Bath & Beyond, they barely have anything in stores anymore, and I couldn't risk waiting, ordering one and it not getting here in time for Thanksgiving. So I got the next best thing. Well, hopefully it's the next best thing. It's a Shark. I do really like this vacuum. It works really well. The only thing is the battery life on it is not the best. So that's my only complaint on it, but I just make sure I keep it charged. But like after using it for 3 minutes, it goes from 100% to 90% very quickly. But it picks up very well, and overall I think it's a good vacuum.
Spend all this Christmas with you. Oh, it's such a charm, got you up in my arms. There's nobody at the door. You said I wish this will never be over. Darling, it's time for your present. Come over here. Now it is time to get out in the snow, lighting a light with you. Choirs will sing and the joy bells will ring. Nobody loves you as much as I do. It's a wonderful feeling from floor to the ceiling.
This Christmas tree we have had for 11 years. My parents bought this Christmas tree for my husband and I when we got married and moved into our very first little teeny tiny apartment. So it was the perfect size for that, but I feel like I could fit something a little bit bigger in this area. So also too, like a lot of the lights are starting to go out on it, and there's a couple of dark spots that I noticed as I was putting it together. So when I told my husband that I wanted to get a new Christmas tree next year, he kind of looked at me funny with dollar signs in his eyes, but I promise I won't go overboard and spend too much on a tree. But they've really done a lot to Christmas trees in the last 11 years, so I'd like to get a brand new one. What I would love to do is to put this Christmas tree in our front living room so you can see it out our front window from the street. And then take some of our ornaments that I have that are a little bit more sentimental, kind of some of those handmade ornaments. I have some ornaments from my very first Christmas, which I will not tell you what year that is, but I have ornaments from the 90s. My grandma used to buy me an ornament every year when I was a little kid, so I have all of those, and I'd like to put those ornaments maybe on this tree in the front, and then have like a big, more statement tree here in the family room. So we'll see what we come up with next year. This year I decided to go through my ornaments a little bit more and kind of take out some of the really old ones that have seen better days that that aren't sentimental to me, that were just maybe some of my old ornaments. I have a lot of ornaments that were passed down from my grandma and from my mom. They kind of gave me all the ones they didn't want anymore. But there's my I Love Lucy ornament. Of course, I have an I Love Lucy ornament. But it was just really great going through all of these and kind of picking out which of those were sentimental, which were ones that I would give to Kane to put on his Christmas tree in his bedroom. And then I threw away only a couple. I can never get rid of ornaments. I don't know. I just love them so much. And this ornament that I'm holding up is actually an ornament that I made when I was 3 years old in preschool. And my mom still had it and gave it to me. So as you can see, I'm pretty sentimental when it comes to ornaments. And then I'm just adding these little berries and little kind of stick things. I think I got these all at home, but they're pretty old, so they probably don't have them anymore, just to give the tree a little bit of dimension, a little extra something. One of my favorite memories as a little girl was decorating my Christmas tree with my mom. We had a little tradition where the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, we would get the tree up and put the lights on. This was before pre-lit trees were a thing. And then we would put the ornaments on the day on Thanksgiving night after dinner, and we would watch Home Alone, and then the day after Thanksgiving we would decorate our entire house. But it was one of my favorite memories, and I tried to get Kane to help me decorate the tree this year, and he was not interested. Hopefully, as he gets a little bit older, maybe he will be a little bit more interested in helping me, because I really love doing that with my mom, and I was hoping to be able to do that with my kids someday. But I think little boys just don't care as much as little girls do about decorating and all that fun stuff. And then here's one of my little ornaments that I mentioned that are really old. That's from my second Christmas. So like I said, every year my grandma got me a new ornament and basically said what year Christmas it was. And so I made sure to save all of those. So about 2 years ago, a small tornado hit our town, and luckily no one was injured, but a lot of trees were down. And this lady made these ornaments that year out of a tree that fell in her yard from the tornado, and the proceeds went to replanting trees around our town. So I thought that was really cool. And then this ornament is from my mother-in-law. My husband put on his Christmas list one year that he wanted a hot tub, so she got him that ornament with like a little picture of the three of us in a hot tub. So it was kind of cute. And now the moment I've been waiting for to show you guys is how I decorate my mantle. So these Santa Clauses mean the world to me. My grandma collected these Santas for many, many years, and she would actually take me shopping with her every year where I would help her pick out a new Santa for her Santa collection. And so when she moved into assisted living, she no longer had room to decorate with all of these Santas, so she gave many of them to me and also to my mom. And I just love being able to put these up on my mantle, and I hope to pass these down to Kane someday, and I hope they get passed down from generation to generation because they're just so beautiful, and it just brings back so many great Christmas memories for me. And each one kind of means something a little bit different. And then I use my little kind of fairy lights. They're kind of just little string lights, just to add a little bit of glow to the Santas. So with these Santas, I also add these beautiful little trees off to the side, and they do light up, which I'll show you later in the video how it all looks in the evening with the lights all going. It's just beautiful in my living room. I got these at home, of course, I think maybe about 2 or 3 years ago. But here's a little close-up of the Santas, and my favorite one is the one looking through the telescope. My grandma got that for my grandpa, and he was a science teacher, and then during the summertime he worked at the planetarium in downtown Chicago. So that's this one here, and it just reminds me of my grandpa because he just loved astrology and taught me all about stars and the different planets, and so having that Santa just really reminds me of him. So that is my pride and joy Santa. But of course the rest of them are also beautiful as well. I would say my Christmas decor is a little bit of a mix between old and new. I have added some pieces every year. Well, yeah, basically every year. But then it also has a lot of stuff from my grandma and some stuff from my mom's Christmas decor. So I really love being able to mix a little bit of my style and but still incorporate some of the older pieces from my grandma and my mom. And then up here on the banister, I have this loft area that looks into our living room. I put this light up garland. Our old house had banisters in it as well, and I would put light up garland in it, and I absolutely loved it. So when we moved into this house, one of the things I fell in love with was having a spot for my light up garland. It just brings such a beautiful glow into our living room in the evening with the Christmas tree and the light from the Santas and this. It just is gorgeous. So I love putting this up every year, but it is a pain to get around this banister. It takes forever, but it is totally worth it. Once I finally get all of this garland up here, I add a couple of these little pieces to it to add a little bit of flair. The old garland I had at our old house that unfortunately the lights don't work anymore had some pine cones and berries in it that was beautiful, and the only thing I could find was just regular light up garland, so I bought these little pieces to add to it. So it looks gorgeous. And then this piece, I actually just bought this at Hobby Lobby today. I wanted to, after adding some of those leaves at the fall on this entertainment center, I wanted to add some garland, some berries, and make it look pretty as well. Now this was kind of a pain to get spread out and to stay, but I finally got it. And then I also bought these trees at Hobby Lobby today as well, just to add a little bit of height, and this beautiful sparkly Merry Christmas sign. So as you can see, yes, I did add a couple of pieces to my collection this year. I never really did a lot on this entertainment center, but this year I thought I would dress it up a bit. And then I'm also going to add my little fairy type lights to add a little bit of light to this as well, because you can never have too much twinkle lights. Carolers that I'm adding to my shelf were my grandma's. My grandma went all out every year decorating her house for Christmas. She had multiple curio cabinets where she displayed all of her Santas and her carolers and all of her other decorations. My grandpa was very, very sick for most of my childhood. He couldn't even leave the house. He was so sick. So my grandma would just go all out decorating her house for the holidays, because that was all that he could see. And she did an awesome job job, and he appreciated it so much every year that it really makes me want to do that for my house and just make it look like a Christmas wonderland. So here is my beautiful mantle with all of my precious Santas on there. I just love the way this looks at night. It makes me so sad when I have to take it down every year. And then of course my Christmas tree all lit up and the garland up at the top of the loft. It just brings this beautiful glow into our living room. But I hope that you guys really enjoyed part 1 of my 2-part decorating series. The next video will be on Wednesday, so do not miss out on that one. I bought a bunch of new stuff to decorate my kitchen, my dining room, and then some of my old favorite Christmas decorations that I can't wait to show you as well. So make sure you subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell. If you liked this video, please give it a like so that way more people can see it. I really appreciate it. But I hope that you all had a fantastic Thanksgiving, and I hope you guys all enjoy decorating for whatever holiday it is that you celebrate. But thank you so much for your support, and I will see you at the next one.